So this is just a bit of an update, a van tour. For those of you who haven't seen the other videos, this is a 2016 Mercedes Sprinter long wheelbase 313 CDI. One of the updates was these mirror protectors. So I took the bulkhead out, the original bulkhead, because I wanted an insulated wall between the habitation area and the cabin, and built this with out of wood and extra therm insulation, and then covered it with moorland wallboard. Obviously this sticks out for the timbre door. Had a real nightmare with this rattling driving along, so I put some gaffer tape on it to just reduce the noise, which seems to work quite well. And the switches for the roof lights, the LED working lights, just above the driver's seat there. What I'm thinking of doing is next year is putting some more storage in here. You might have seen, if you saw my daughter's conversion, that she's got the full shelf. Now obviously there's no point in me doing that because I've got the bulkhead in, but I was thinking of putting two, sort of a third of the way along, for extra storage, because there's just a nice volume there. That's about it for the cabin. I've sort of left it pretty much as is. So also recently, total vanity, put stainless steel covers on the handles just because I think it looks all right. Right, let's have a look inside. Right, here we go. Originally I had some of this left over from another project. It's rubber flooring, industrial flooring, and I've subsequently bought some rugs because it's just so cold, and that just makes it feel a bit cozier in the van. There's the back of the bulkhead. So this is obviously a bit of an escape route if I need to drive away swiftly, but it also brings in a lot more light into the van. The whole of the van is covered in the walls anyway with moorland wallboard, and one of the things I found with this is compared to my daughter's van, she's got the tongue and groove wood cladding on the inside of her van, which feels quite warm. The walls never really get, no matter how much the heater's on, the walls really never get that hot, or should I say warm, which is going to be fine for when I'm travelling in hotter climes, but in the winter it can be a bit chilly, leaning against it. I did put these in. The thing about these Fiamma vents is that they're actually passive vents, so you do get air movement. I've got two, one there above the living area and one back here to vent the shower, and I built these covers so that the cold air wouldn't drop down, and they work really well. Basically, before I put the ceiling board on, I put magnets all the way around and made these with magnets, and they just go on nice like that. And also they block out the light, so I can be a bit stealth when I'm parked up. Just for the purposes of this video, I won't get the table out, but it's held in place there when not in use. And there's the leg. It's just a standard Fiamma kit and a floor kit, so put that in, and it works very well. Storage obviously under the seating area. This is the sort of classic build. This slides out, whereas this has just got some slatted covers. and the whole of the front pulls out to here, so that it's sort of a small double bed size, and that works pretty well. I did have to strengthen these fairly early on, because I put my knee on one of the slats and it just made a noise I didn't like, so before I had any problems there, I put an extra batten in. In terms of cupboards, I went for these marine hatches just because it's a quick and easy solution. I mean, they look good, they've already got hinges on, they've already got handles on, they close up nice and firm. I didn't put struts on, I didn't see the point really. There's also the one down here that's got my big pans in, so I've got a pressure cooker in there. And then when it comes to the other storage, small slide out drawer, nice fork spoons, kettle and so on. This side, got my bin and all my cleaning stuff. Fridge, can't remember if it's 80 or 85 litre, empty at the moment. Really quite pleased with this. But as somebody said on another YouTube video, they are kind of energy hungry, and they do seem to, the compressor does seem to go on a time basis rather than on a temperature sensitive basis. So in the night it goes on about, every 15-20 minutes, which can be a bit annoying. And then here we go, because I'm lazy, Expedition Foods, very good. Just add water and you get Thai green curry with rice, and they're very good, those. Bedding. When it comes to power, my fuse boxes are here for the driver's side and here for the passenger side. I've got two 200 amp hour AGM batteries under here, but I use this switching system so that I'm only charging or using one of the batteries at any one time, just so that they're both not cycling and wearing out. In terms of lights, all switched with these so that I remember to turn them off, and I've got lighting pretty much everywhere actually, and these have proved really useful. Got these from Gerber camper vans. Just nice if you don't want too much light and you're reading or whatever. Haven't had a chance to use this, hasn't been hot enough. The Fiammas, both the Fiammas have got fans, so you can either pull in or push out, and that allows me to circulate air between the front and the back. The Webasto heater and the hob, which are both diesel, they just don't use any diesel, they don't use any fuel at all. They're absolutely marvellous. Very pleased with them so far, despite the fact it's not the swiftest hob. It's been really good, although it does melt bamboo tea towels, and hopefully that'll come off over time. As for the rest of the electrics, pretty much gone down the Victron route. On the roof there's a Panasonic 325 watt high performance solar panel, which is managed by the Victron MPPT 130, so that's giving me 30 amps. I've also got a hookup which is on at the moment. Let me turn that off. Victron hookup controller. The Sterling Power, which is battery to battery charge, I haven't used that yet, and that's my mains, 16 amps on this switch, and just 6 amps on these. One of the things I did do with the Blue Solar charger, I've got the Bluetooth dongle on this as well. It flashes, the blue lights flash all night, so as you can see I've put some aluminium tape over that. So I've just unscrewed this so I can show you what's going on. Webasto heater for the hot water and the hot air. A freshwater tank, 70 litre Fiamma's there, and then in there you've got the water pump and the accumulator. Hot and cold water to the shower. Shower's sort of halfway down, looks a bit daft, but that's so that I can shower outside or wash my bike down, or indeed shower in the van. Shower curtain out of the way at the moment. I've got a hanging rail there, as you can see, for wet clothes, and the hot and cold water obviously also supplied to the sink. There. Oops, probably need to clean that. Sorry about that. I did add loads of hooks for my jackets and waterproof trousers so that they can drip dry into the shower. In terms of my bike, my mountain bike, frame, clamp, and then wheel clamps just there and there. The vents for the Webasto all along the bottom on this side. I don't see any point in complicating my life by trying to put some on the driver's side, so I've actually got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those, which keeps the van very toasty. In terms of the toilet, it's a bench toilet with electric flush, and cassette is down here, just fill it up. So the toilet also has its own water reservoir, which means that I'm not dependent upon the 70 litres in the fresh water tank, and I think I get another 19 litres in for the flush, which is useful. Doors are insulated, which just means that the whole of the habitation area can be warmed up and kept warm. Carbon monoxide alarm. Obviously need one of those in your van. And this is the sensor for the Webasto heater, the air heater here. Next time around I'm going to put it about this level, so that on average the temperature on the dial is the temperature that I get. I think these curtains, they're sort of insulated curtains from Vanex, and they've been really good. And you just don't feel any cold air whatsoever when they're closed, so I'm very pleased with those. As you can tell, one of the major themes has been staying warm, but that's probably more because I've been away in Scotland, North Scotland, for most of this year. And next year it'll be, I hope, getting somewhere warmer. So how do you do a van tour?
I don't know, you're the one who's watched all the bloody videos.
Yeah, I watched all that bloody videos, but how do you do a van tour?